Hey, Tony Gasson's here. Now y'all gotta forgive me if this here thing be glitching. They've been having some issues on the streaming software, so please forgive me. Sometimes it was doubling up my audio and all of that. So, but wanting to pop on here, this coffee around here got my stomach doing backflips. Had ate breakfast before I drank that coffee. What they had in them coffee beans over here. They ain't tearing me up, so y'all bear with me as I'm fighting through this here. Every time my stomach do a backflip, I gotta close my eyes, so y'all forgive me. But I want to talk to you about this because it's a question I've been getting a lot, and the ladies asking, Tony, where can I go to meet good men, and where can I, do this, do that with these men? But here's the thing, what I want you to remember is that it's not that a man don't want to commit today. It's that the standards, the levels have been raised for men and women. So it's also a lot of women as well as men that's not committing. And I'm seeing it on both sides because I'm coaching in this space every day, and I'm coaching very qualified men for love and relationships, and I'm coaching very qualified women. And there is this sense, this spirit of longing amongst the singles. And so what the adversary has done has planted this spirit of just not enough on the singles, to where you look at somebody, men looking at women, women looking at men, and I know this just titled one way, and they checking off X amount of boxes, but it's just enough boxes unchecked, just enough boxes unchecked that leads the men and the women to say, not yet, I ain't gonna do it. And then now, if you listen to all my videos, you've heard me say this before. And now what's happening in addition to this is you have social media showing you hundreds of women. You could go on social media and you could see hundreds of women in an hour. And you can see that right there, and you like, okay, what's going on now? What's going on? And in that, you see women in person, but then that woman now has the comparison of not just the women she walking by in the mall, at the store, at the conference, but the women she up against online. And so now men are saying, hey, this is possible. This type of booty exists. This type of face exists. This type of hair exists. This eye color exists. This height exists. This complexion exists. And then all of these things combined exist. So it's kind of like, after you see something that really, really impresses you, and you know that it's available, you know it exists, you know that it's out there, it's hard to accept. In other words, settle for something less. And that's why you're seeing so many quote unquote good single men afraid to settle down, because they're now having paralysis by analysis, because now they're looking and they're saying, hey, this is the rest of my life. Like, I'm a great man, so I want to be with this person for the rest of my life. I want to be faithful to this person. I don't want to cheat on this person. So being that I I don't want to cheat on this person, I want to take and make sure that she is everything that I want. Want to make sure that she is all of that. That she gonna have what it takes to keep me invested, to keep me locked in, to keep me in a place where I want to wake up to her every day. And guess what? That is very hard to find. That's very hard to find. But the ambition and the drive of these men today, because you got to also think, everything plays into this. So you got crypto millionaires, you got day trading millionaires, or what you call it, stock options millionaires. You got YouTube millionaires. So now you got streamers. So now it's making men say, hey, man, look, it's a lot going on. Like, it's a lot of opportunity out here. I can't be a settler. I can't be somebody that settle and don't go after what I know is available. That's what's happening to these men. So with that happening to these men, it's making it harder and harder for them to settle down, because they not settlers. They ambitious. They go-getters. They working out. They reading. They traveling. They living their life. So their mind is stretching now. It's a new man being created. It's this hybrid of a man being created, to where the man of old that just go to work, come home, that man don't really exist no more in the 30s. Men in their 20s, 30s, sometimes even 40s. Now it's men dreaming bigger, want to do more, want to go more, want to be more, and they want that all across the board, and not realizing that that's a lie from the pit of hell when it comes to women. That you can't pursue your woman like you pursue your career, meaning that your woman gonna have limitations. Your woman gonna have things that she don't have, things that she can't do. Whereas in your life, you could fill those voids with other things. So you can do stocks, you could do crypto, you could be a graphic designer, you could be a music artist, you could be a golfer, you could be all of these different things and fill every void entrepreneurially, corporately, societally, but you can't do that with a human being. You can't have a woman that is your every hope, wish, and dream. It just doesn't exist. God did not create a perfect person, so you're gonna have to sacrifice a couple of things when it comes to that woman. It's gonna be a couple things that she just is not and does not. And you got to be okay with that. And you got to be able to look and see what she does do and what really matters. And that right there is what is making men not commit today. A lot of men ain't committing because of that, because no woman is enough. She just enough, but not enough. And he want more. So I want you to understand now, if you're a woman, and I know this is uncomfortable for the woman, but it's mostly women that's on here watching these videos, in order to combat this, in order to be in a place where when you meet this guy, he sees your worth, you got to really be working. You got to be his equivalent. The man that you want, you got to be his equivalent. You can't want something that you are not. So make sure that you are your list, that you meet your list. Make sure that you got the 3 B's. And if you don't have the 3 B's, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. It's going to be real. y'all forgive me. So I want you to realize that. Get that in your spirit. And that work different. That work is different. Like, it's easy to set that goal. It's easy to set that goal. But when it comes time to opening that Bible, reading 2 chapters in the morning, getting up, doing your workout, you ain't got to even go to the gym. You can do squats, sit up, push up, crunches, lunges right there in your house. Go outside, walk, run. You ain't even got to go to the gym. Sitting down after you done work 8 hours a day for somebody else, sitting down and working on your logo concept, your color scheme, your mission statement, your vision statement, your business. Oh, it's hard. It's hard when it come down to it. So you could say, oh, I want this, I want that, yada 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 yada, want this, want that, nada. Because if you're not gonna sit down and do it and make it happen, you're not gonna be your list. You're not gonna meet your match. You got to be able to do the work. And it's so many times I'm coaching singles, like, yeah, I want this right here, I want that right here, yeah, I want to be with this type of person, that person. Well, okay, so what's your goals right now? In the areas of the 3 B's, what's your goal right now? Well, I want to lose 20 to 40 pounds. Okay. That's not no little bit. And that's not easy. So, all right. Well, guess what? That's the one thing that blocking your blessing right now. Unless you want somebody that's on your same level, that's in the same predicament, that's the one thing that blocking your blessing. And I done had men and women tell me they want the opposite of them. They want somebody who is where they trying to get to. I said that's not how it works. Because what make you think somebody who is where you trying to get to want to go backwards and be with you and be with somebody who not where they at? So just like you want somebody who is where you trying to get to, they want somebody who is where they trying to get to. And at the least, they want somebody who is where they are. So that's what you have to realize. So that's going to be your one way to combat that, is have your 3 B's. Brains, that's the knowledge. Understanding, having your faith, having your knowledge, having your understanding and your wisdom. Brand, that's creating something that you can't be fired from. Even if it's not making you no money right now, you need to have you a .com or LLC or a nonprofit, something. Food business, clothes business, service business, some type of business that just shows you have ambition and you are more ambitious than your 9 to 5. That's not gonna hold you. That's not gonna be the only thing you do in your life is go work for somebody else and push pencils on a dead-end job. You need to show that you want something for yourself, that you want to live your purpose, that you want to use your passion, your gifts, your skills, and turn it into something, and then body. You need to make sure that first your body is presenting the way you want it to present. You want to look the part. You got to have things in order. Got to have that right there in order. And then on the internal of your body, you got to be eating right, drinking right, sleeping right, and not sleeping around. Because they're going to check into that. And they're going to see, okay, who are you? How you living your life? How are you living your life? And you got to be able to show that. And when you got the 3 B's, brains, brand, body, you all the way ready. Sometimes I meet people who, they got the 3 B's and their wig crooked. And it's like, or their lace front showing, or the braids, the track's too high. And so it's like, okay, that's just one little slight change. You need to get on in the ecosystem, get on with my consultant, my image consultant, or get on there with me, and we need to fix their head. Once we fix their head of hair, oh, you got it all together. Or that outfit be beat. Outfit be tore up from the floor up. Got the body, but dressing like 60-year-old auntie and in brown, it's not gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it. For the men, it'd be like they wearing bootcut Wrangler jeans with asphalt boots, and it's like with a flannel shirt. And it's like, sir, that's not what she looking for. It's not what she looking for. You need to do something with that head of hair. Them locks is getting a little too out of control. You need some gel somewhere. You need to do something about them edges. You need a retwist. And it'd be just one thing off. Have everything else, it's one thing off. You got to check in with me. Got to check, link in the description for a session. If you're in my ecosystem, then you got the link for the discounted session. But you need to talk to somebody that's unbiased, that's going to give you the real, that's going to give it to you real and raw, so that you can make those changes you need to make. It's like, listen, you can't be dressing like Poindexter in this day and age and expect somebody to think you're a tractor. And so you have to realize and understand that. And once you realize and understand it, you make them couple changes, and you got to get uncomfortable. You got to get out your comfort zone and get into an effective zone and let your comfort zone catch up. You got to make some changes, because what you comfortable, what you know, how you was raised, what got you here ain't gonna get you there. And you got to be willing to do different. You got to be willing to stretch. When I stretched in my fashion, and I stopped just wearing Dickies and Reebok classics with tank tops or oversized tees, whole world opened up to me. Now I get stopped in the airport, get stopped in the store, get stopped everywhere by white women saying, "I love your outfit. That's a nice outfit." I had on this shirt with some white pants, with some white pants, and these shoes I got on, these Air Maid shoes I got on, and a white lady in her 60s rolled down her window while her husband was pumping the gas and called me over there and tell me I look snazzy. I said, wow. Well, what's going on? I walked through the airport. White lady came and said, "I love your outfit." I was at the car dealership the other day. White lady came and said, "I love your outfit." I'm like, I don't know if these white women want some chocolate or that fashion just done stepped up. Because now black women ain't saying nothing because they, in their feelings. Probably think y'all that. And so you got to get past that too. You got to get past the mental blocks. Got to be able to open up. Oh, they taking all our men. Well, they speaking up. They giving a compliment. They walking with a smile on their face. You got to look within and say, do I look stank faced right now? Yes, you do. Do I look bitter faced? Yes, you do. Do I look happy to be here? No, you don't. So you got to make a change. You got to get out of your trauma. You got to get out of your sin. You got to get out of your warped mindset, male and female. And you got to do something different. You got to do something different. And when you do something different, hey, it's gonna give different results. Point blank, period. That's what I'm here to tell you now. And the truth gonna hurt. You got to get out your feelings. You got to stop getting defensive when somebody is giving you an unbiased truth from the outside looking in. If it step on your toe, that means you walking out of line. The truth only steps on your toes when you walking out of line. When you get offended by something I'm saying, you need to look within. You got to get out your feelings, because I ain't gonna tell you no lie. All I'm doing is reporting live. That's all I'm doing, reporting live. I ain't gonna tell you now a lie now. So you got to realize that and understand that, and go and get a little bit of this here success that's out there for you when you make the changes that need to be made. Don't get mad, scratch your booty and get glad. Folgers in the morning, that's what you got to do. And once you do that, life gonna change for you. Life gonna change for you. But hey, just Tony, guys, and keep your head up. Keep your head up, keep going. Get out your feelings. Get out your feelings. Get into them links in the description. God bless you. Keep going, and we're gonna talk in a couple hours. Get something else to get your life in order. Keep your head up.